We live in a wireless world, but is all this invisible energy around us really safe? We're constantly bombarded with electromagnetic fields or EMFs from our devices, cell towers, and even power lines. And there's growing concern about the potential health effects of all this exposure. So today let's talk about EMFs and why you might want to reduce your exposure. I want to share some practical tips to protect yourself and your loved ones. EMF radiation, especially from devices like Wi-Fi routers, cell phones, and Bluetooth gadgets, has been shown to cause oxidative stress in the body. This type of radiation is all around us, and we are exposed to it almost constantly in our daily lives. Oxidative stress is a condition where there is an imbalance between free radicals and antioxidants in your body. It's like a wrench thrown into the machinery, disrupting normal cellular functions and leading to potential damage. Our bodies are constantly fighting off free radicals, which are unstable molecules that can damage our cells. These free radicals are produced naturally in our bodies, but external factors like EMF exposure can increase their numbers. Antioxidants are like the cleanup crew, neutralizing those free radicals and keeping things in balance. They are found in many foods, especially fruits and vegetables, and are crucial for maintaining our health. But when we're exposed to EMFs, it's like we're sending in a whole army of those troublemakers. This overwhelming influx can tip the balance, making it harder for antioxidants to keep up. Our bodies just can't keep up with the damage, leading to increased oxidative stress and potential health issues over time. That's why it's so important to be mindful of our EMF exposure and take steps to protect ourselves. Simple actions like turning off your Wi-Fi router when not in use, using EMF shields on your devices, and spending more time outdoors can make a big difference. Okay, friends, let's talk about DNA for a second. You know it's the blueprint for life, right? But did you know that EMFs can actually damage your DNA? Studies have shown that long-term EMF exposure can lead to something called DNA strand breaks. Imagine your DNA like a delicate chain. Now picture EMFs as tiny little scissors, snipping away at those links. When those strands break, it's like scrambling the instructions in your cells. We're talking about things like an increased risk of cancer, neurological disorders, and even problems with fertility. We need to be proactive about protecting our health, and that includes protecting our DNA. Here's the thing about EMFs. They're not like, say, touching a hot stove. You won't feel an immediate burn. Their effects are often subtle and gradual, building up over time. It's kind of like how we don't see the effects of the sun's rays until we get a sunburn. Or worse. EMFs are similar. It could take years, even decades, before any noticeable symptoms appear. That's why it's so important to be proactive and take steps to reduce your exposure now. Okay, so we've talked about the potential risks of EMF exposure, but what can we actually about it? How can we take practical steps to minimize these risks in our daily lives? The good news is, there are simple steps you can take to reduce your exposure and protect yourself and your family. These steps are easy to implement and can make a significant difference. First and foremost, let's talk about your Wi-Fi router. This device is a major source of EMF emissions in most homes. It's like the mothership of EMF emissions in your home. It constantly sends out signals that can contribute to your overall exposure. If possible, try switching to a wired internet connection at home. This can drastically reduce the amount of EMF you're exposed to. If going completely wired isn't an option, no worries. There are still effective measures you can take. There are still things you can do. For instance, consider the placement of your Wi-Fi router. Try to keep your Wi-Fi router as far away from where you spend a lot of time as possible. This simple step can help reduce your exposure significantly. Ideally, at least 40 feet from where you sleep or hang out. This distance can make a big difference in your overall exposure levels. And here's a little bonus tip. Turn off your Wi-Fi at night. This not only reduces EMF exposure, but can also save energy. Now, let's talk about our other favorite devices, our phones. These little gadgets have become an essential part of our daily lives. We use them for everything these days, from staying connected with loved ones, to managing our schedules, and even for entertainment. But all that convenience comes with a cost. Here are a few easy things you can do to minimize your exposure to potentially harmful effects. First up, ditch the habit of pressing your phone against your ear. This simple change can make a big difference. Instead, try using speakerphone or even better, wired earphones. These options keep the phone away from your head and when you're not using your phone, try to keep it away from your body. This reduces prolonged exposure. Avoid carrying it in your pocket or bra, as these areas are close to vital organs. Finally, get in the habit of putting your phone on airplane mode when you're not using it, especially at night. This can significantly reduce radiation exposure. It's like a mini digital detox for your body, giving you a break from constant connectivity. Outrow, be mindful, protect yourself, thrive. Look, I get it. We live in a tech-driven world, and it's not realistic to completely disconnect from it. EMF radiation is just part of modern life, and it's everywhere. But that doesn't mean we have to ignore it or accept it as inevitable. Small changes to our daily habits can make a big difference in the long run. Be mindful, protect yourself, and give your body the space it truly needs to thrive.